Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Families in shock after another deadly school shooting, this time at a private Christian elementary school in Nashville.
I am overwhelmed at the thought of the loss of these families, of the future lost by these children and their families.
Tonight, a plea from President Biden to Congress to take action on guns.
We have to do more to stop gun violence. It's ripping our communities apart.
That shooting left 3 9-year-old students and 3 adults dead in the nation's latest mass shooting. Good to have you with us tonight at 11. I'm Devin Skillion.
I'm Kimberly Gill. We've learned the shooter, a 28-year-old, previously attended the school. Tonight, a makeshift memorial is growing outside Covenant School. People are bringing flowers and teddy bears to pay their respects and mourn for the victims. Chris Pallone has the latest.
Authorities rushed to the scene in Nashville.
We're under a mass casualty alert. The school shooting, multiple victims down.
Police say a shooter armed with 2 AR-style weapons and a handgun shot and killed 3 students and 3 adults.
Evelyn Dickhouse, William Kenny, Hallie Scruggs. 3 adults, Mike Hill, a custodian, age 61, Cynthia Peak, to my understanding, a substitute teacher, age 61, and Catherine Kuntz, age 60.
Less than 15 minutes after the first call, police confronted and killed the shooter. Police say the shooter was a former student. Investigators believe it was a targeted attack. Authorities searched a Nashville area home.
We know and believe that entry was gained through shooting through one of the doors.
And police believe they may have a possible motive.
We have a manifesto, we have some writings that we're going over.
While investigators search for why this happened,
it's baffling. It doesn't make sense. You can't make sense out of it why someone would hurt children like that.
Nashville is the latest community to cope with what has happened.
Chris Pallone, Local 4.
Police say at some point they are going to release the body cam footage of officers engaging the shooter. Now, let's get to other breaking news. This from here at home tonight. 2 people, including a 9-year-old, are hurt after a shooting in Detroit.
Police now on the lookout for 3 men in connection to the gunfire. Tim Pamplin is on the city's east side with the night cam. Tim.
The shooting occurring at Gratiot and Eastburn, that's Gratiot 7.5 mile, and a defunct hookah lounge shut down recently. There you see the bullet casings, evidence markers on the sidewalk there. 9-year-old, 27-year-old shot. The boy visiting this place with his father when gunshots started to ring out.
There were 3 young men that came around the corner, tried to go in. When they went inside, they engaged in gunfire. The little boy was struck in the stomach, and there's another female that was conveyed to St. John's Hospital.
Now the green light camera at the gas station across the road providing crucial evidence tonight.
I already got a picture of 3 teenagers running away from that location at that time.
Now you're looking at those 3 young men police want to talk to. Images taken from the green light camera across the road. If you know who they are, please do give Detroit police a call. Again, to recap, a 9-year-old little boy and a 27-year-old lady shot at an abandoned hookah lounge on Gratiot near 8 Mile. That's the scene on the east side. With the night cam, Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Okay, Tim. The search is on tonight for a predator who sexually assaulted an 80-year-old woman during a home invasion. It happened around 9 Sunday night on Memorial Street near I-96 and the Southfield Freeway on Detroit's west side. Pamela Osborne is live from police headquarters with the latest on this investigation. Pam.
Well, Kimberly, this is a top priority for DPD as well as community members who say they simply will not stand for this.
This is a 911 situation, so for us, we taking this extremely serious. Any attack on women, children, or elders in our community is a no-go for us.
24 hours after an 80-year-old woman was sexually assaulted by an intruder who made his way into her Memorial Street home.
You going down here? Yeah. Let me cut this car off.
A group of armed volunteers with New Era Detroit canvassed the neighborhood.
That's why it's so vital that, you know, we do the best we possibly can to squeeze whoever did this out.
Detroit police say it started as a home invasion. It was about 9 o'clock Sunday night when the victim discovered a strange man in the home she shares with her husband. The man asked for money.
The victim told him, no, we don't have any money, and started to push him out the door. He pulled her with him and to the outside where he sexually assaulted her.
The woman was able to call for help, but the suspect got away.
To know that he molested an 80-year-old woman is very shocking.
Janiyah Hall lives on the other side of Memorial Street. She says she'll be locking her doors and keeping an extra eye out, which is exactly what police are advising residents in the area do.
One thing that can be learned from this incident is that we just all need to stay vigilant and aware of our surroundings.
Absolutely heartbreaking thinking about what it was that woman went through. We're told that she is traumatized, understandably, by what happened to her. Her husband was at home at the time all of this took place, but we're told he's handicapped and was not able to help her. And now police need your help identifying the suspect. The description right now, pretty vague, about 5'8", slim build, a man in his 20s. So anyone with information, give police a call. Reporting live outside of Detroit Police Headquarters, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Just awful, and hopefully somebody knows something and will say something. Pam, we appreciate it.
A key vote by Detroit City Council could come tomorrow on District Detroit. The Ilitch's Olympia Development and billionaire developer Stephen Ross proposing a $1.5 billion project to expand that project. They're also looking for $800 million, though, in tax incentives. And there's the rub. Mara McDonald, live outside LCA. Mara, there has been pressure exerted here from all sides. So the question tonight is, how are these votes lining up?
Well, Devin, sources are telling me right now that the votes are there. And if this had to be taken, as you and I are speaking right now, that it would probably look like 7-2. Now, all that said, it's fluid. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Let me show you. What's on the table for Ilitch and Ross? 6 new buildings and 4 renovated ones around the District Detroit property, which is essentially LCA. It would include 467 hotel rooms, 695 mixed-income residential units, 1.2 million square feet in office space, and 100,000 square feet of retail. It's $1.5 billion in development, and they're asking for $800 million in tax incentives, which immediately garnered pushback.
The District Detroit is not a good deal.
So much so, the mayor took time out of his State of the City address to tell Detroiters these tax incentives are necessary and they don't affect general fund monies or their tax bills.
How much is that going to cost me? Well, if you're a City of Detroit taxpayer, it's going to cost you $0. Coming out of Detroit school taxes, $0. Coming out of Detroit library taxes, $0.
To sweeten the pot, a $167 million community benefits package has been agreed to by the developers, which may be what pushes this over the finish line. Those underwhelmed by what Olympia has built so far in the district seem to be very interested and hopeful about Stephen Ross's related companies, known for developing Hudson Yards in New York City. Back here live, once again, a vote on all of this likely tomorrow at Detroit City Council, but it wouldn't be the first time, if it gets pushed back, that it was pushed back. So stand by on that one. As far as that vote goes, we are told the votes are there. We're live at the District Detroit tonight at LCA. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Of course, we'll be watching closely tomorrow. All right, Mara.
A Wayne State University professor is suspended over a controversial social media post. University President M. Roy Wilson sent a campus memo about the incident. It says the social media post stated that rather than shouting down people we disagree with, murder would be justified to silence them. The letter says the university does not defend free speech, but this post exceeded reasonable expectations. Wayne State also notified law enforcement. The professor is suspended with pay effective immediately.
United Auto Workers bargaining convention continues tomorrow with new President Shawn Fain at the helm. Fain sworn in Sunday as president after a closely contested race over the incumbent Ray Curry. Delegates from the U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico are in Detroit this week to decide the union's agenda for the next 4 years. You could just hear Fain there telling everyone it's get ready to rumble. He believes it's a new era for the union.
We are on the same page. We're going to be on the same page. This is about the membership. Everyone understands that. If this election didn't demonstrate that to people, then I don't know what to tell them. It's pretty apparent by the election results and how things went that our membership expects change, and they expect, they expect their due. They expect their fair share.
The UAW and the big three automakers will begin bargaining this summer.